His Excellency President Ruto and the Honorable Ministers, you have covered the whole spectrum of what we discussed. But what I want to emphasize are 2 points. Point number one is kuamuka. Inaonekana tumeanza kuamuka kutoka kwenye usingizi. That is the big problem of Africa. In the Bible also, the bishop has told you. Now, this is really the big problem of Africa. And you young people, when I see people doing all sorts of things, arguing and so on, I wait to hear for the content. What are they arguing about? When they are talking about small things. But the big thing is modern economies are built on production of goods and services. The more goods and services you produce, especially industrially, and agriculture and so on, the wealthier you are. But when you produce goods and services, the next question is, who buys what you produce? So the issue of the producers and the consumers is at the center of a modern economy. So therefore, when you see people, leaders, whatever they are, just talking about all other things, this one, why are you not talking about the market? Nani atanunua bidhaa zako? If you don't answer that and you say you are a leader, then there are serious issues. So therefore, here I can see that we are waking up to talk about the market of East Africa, the market of Africa. Because if we don't do that, the future is very bleak. You can see two continents. Nguo ya hii kitu imetoka. Nguo yake. Iko hapa. Nguo yake. You can see two areas. The United States of America and Latin America. In terms of natural resources, Latin America may have more resources than USA. Latin America, big rivers, the Amazon, forests, madini, minerals, agriculture, everything is there in Latin America. Yes, USA has, but not as much as, I have got that feeling, that Latin America may have more natural resources than the USA. So the question then is, why is USA prosperous and Latin America in misery? You see those people walking on foot from Latin America going to heaven, United States. Wanafikiri America, USA ndio binguni, wamesahau kwamba God ndio yuko binguni. They are now going to the USA because it's their salvation. Why? I think the difference is in the organization. When those people formed the nucleus of the United States by uniting the 13 colonies of the British, they are the ones who started the core of that prosperity. USA has expanded, has got a big market. So, ukiwa mfanya biashara, unaanzisha biashara yako in the USA, things are easy. You've got a big market of 300 million people. You can sail from New York to California. The whole space is one market. But in Latin America, El Salvador, small thing here. Honduras, small thing here. Nicaragua, Panama, I don't know, you can't even count them. Rich in countries, rich in presidents, but poor in everything else. So really, you, the East Africans, you should, I'm glad we are working up on this issue. So this is number one. Now, number two is the rationalization. Because you can see, the other day I was having a meeting with somebody from, I think he's from Nairobi, but he's a Chinese, working for the international systems. I think World Bank or something like that, based here. And he was reminding me that countries in Southeast Asia, big and small, Vietnam, China, Indonesia, Cambodia, all of them have got access to the sea. Wako karibu na bahari. Here, where the continent is fragmented economically, you have got countries like Uganda, Republic of Uganda, has no access to the ocean. South Sudan, Rwanda, Burundi, Central African Republic, Chad, I think Chad also. Even Ethiopia, that big country, no access to the sea. So, and people are not working to solve that. They are content. President, minister, what are you ministering? You are not solving the issue of market. You are not solving the problem of access to the ocean. How would you develop? How? Exactly how? And instead you're talking about small things, who will be president, who will be what, whoever is president, you will face those problems. So therefore, I'm very happy to be here and discuss with His Excellency all these issues, because that's what we are discussing. How can you have the sitting room in another country, the bedroom in another country, the kitchen in another country? What sort of arrangement is this? They have invited me to talk to the National Defense College tomorrow. I will talk more about this issue of waking up, kuamuka, and rationalization. Kufanya mambo ambayo yuko na akili, sio kufanya mambo bila akili. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I'm the one who applied to say, Your Excellency, I want to come and see you. So he allowed me to say, you come. I'm very, very happy to be here. And I'm glad now we have settled with my Suba relative who have signed the document. Where is the Suba man? Aritoka. That little fishing with our Suba people. At Migingo. Asante sana.
Joint Trade Committee meeting in October 2025 will be crucial in ensuring that there are positive outcomes on all these fronts. We also committed ourselves to strengthening regional institutions and furthering the objectives of the East African community, including progress under the customs union, common markets, monetary union, and ultimately a political federation. I shared my view and that of the people of Kenya, and the shared view between the peoples of our two countries on a fast tracking of the East African community steps towards a political federation that will bring synergy between the peoples of our two countries and the East African community in general. The East African community continues to demonstrate its potential as a good model of effective regional integration. We emphasize the centrality of unity, economic convergence, and shared prosperity as guiding principles for deeper integration. President Museveni and I also held constructive discussions on regional peace and stability, and we reaffirmed our position that security is essential to sustainable development and commended ongoing regional peace-building initiatives. We further agreed to collaborate closely in conflict resolution efforts, advocating inclusive approaches supported by both regional and international frameworks. In conclusion, I sincerely thank our elder, His Excellency President Museveni, for honoring Kenya with his presence and for his strong and enduring leadership in East Africa. And Kenya remains a dedicated partner and a true friend of the people, government, and Republic of Uganda. I thank you. We have agreed with President Museveni that I will be going to Uganda in October or maybe latest November for the groundbreaking ceremony of the largest steel factory in our region, in Tororo. That is a joint project between Kenya and Uganda. Kenyan investors, Ugandan resources. It's a joint project that is going to reduce our imports of steel into our region and use the resources that we have, not just to produce steel for our construction industry and all the other industries, but also to export that steel into our region and into the rest of the world. And again, I want, on behalf of the government and people of Kenya and investors from Kenya, President Museveni, to thank you for your leadership, your support, your goodwill, and that of your government in facilitating this joint investment that is going to be in Tororo. And just to make a small correction, that I am not a bishop, but I have made a commitment that when I am done with being president, I will be an evangelist. I know that you have a serious grounding as a Christian, because I remember when I came to see you and you prayed for the food in Kinyangole. And when I asked you why are you praying using a language I can't understand, you say that is how you were taught when you were young. But again, Mzee, to appreciate your wisdom, as always, whenever you come visit us, we like to listen to you as an elder and as a person who has been a leader in our region going into the future. Asanteni sana. Welcome to lunch.
Let us all rise as we allow the two heads of state to exit briefly before we progress to lunch.